ndakachidambobvunzoka munin'ina wangu champion semundasinganyazofunda so iyo company yawataura inonzi Kuvimba mining ine company here any one company yakamboita successfully turn around here. You were talking of giving $1 billion to Zisco, giving to this. I'm always hearing about this company. Has it ever successfully turned around any company?
Iwo hauda kungondipisa wewe. Aiwa, all right. Kubi, I don't think it had turned around any other company besides just hearing it in news and so forth, and I think having a lot of subsidiaries under it. That's what I can say. I know that they were trying to turn around Zisco, and I think they, according to the contract that they signed, I think, or an MOU, actually they signed a MOU, I think, with Zisco. After signing that, they pledged that they will be able to turn around that steel plant, and they would like pledge 1.3 billion. That's what is written here. But I don't think they once turned any company now, and I never seen any company that was turned around by Kuvimba. I don't want to lie. The only thing that I know is that Kuvimba is that can I say that I'm sorry guys, andanga ichida kutoti zvangu ndevaya baba vaya vokuti vanoziva kuti vane chibhebhi chavo chinei chimwa doro, saka vanochitengera doro, vongochitengera kana malaga 3, ivo vozotorawo muongo nokuinda nezvose. But that's what I can say. I don't know anything else from there because I'm just reading what I was reading to say this is what they were trying to do. Thank you. I don't know whether I have answered you or not, but you are free to say whatever that is from what I've said. Thank you.
I'm just seeing it more of as a cover company that is used to issue press releases, issue turnaround strategies, but never carries out any successful turnaround. And it in a lot of babies, like you said, under it, but none of those babies have ever been successful in any business. Saga, I mean, this was still, if you go back my archives, every parastatal from agriculture to engineering ones, that is they want going to do a turnaround strategy. None has come out of that successfully. I'm yet to see any parastatal post 1990 successfully stand on his feet. Please don't include another rainbow hotels and all that. Those are in industries which, no matter what you do, they will always succeed by their own steam, not because of anything. So I'm not too sure about our ability to turn around entities. We spend so much money in consultants. We spend so much money in engaging outsiders, doing turnaround strategies, presenting papers, changing boards. At my last count, since 2010, yes. So we could say the last 16 years, NRZ has had over 100 board members who have come in and tinkered with it. As Zimbabwe, I think, has had over 50 board members that have come in and gone. Surely it means something's wrong somewhere when you have a turnaround your staff, Emma boards like that. That's my bit of contribution. It's an observation. I stand corrected, someone has a better view of what's happening.
totokutenda because ndatomboatakwa neumwe pandataura nezveiyo railways kuti yaita mabhodhi mari dzinongowestwa hapana chinobuda. Ndandambozvitaura saka ndotokutenda vamwe vanga vandiataka zvavo vanogona kuataka vaya taona chauri kutaura but ndeichitotaura from zvatiri kutoziva kuti zvakatoitika kana zvada ichitotaura kuti another board member akatoti director chaita executive akaretire after 3 months. I mean it and hatizoisi mazita because pamwe pane hama dzake pamwe hatisi kuziva kuti what happens after saka tongomira takadaro kuti ndo
just to add, every board member that is Maparacetal gets paid their US dollar allowances no matter what happens. Things about $1,000 a month. No matter how struggling the paracetal is, they get their board allowances without fail. They get all their, allowances, our travel allowance, all of them. They get their flights booked, no matter how strained paracetal is. That's one thing you must realize is also, for the past 15 years, those guys have been siphoning money from struggling paracetals without fail. Thanks. I'll listen in. I'm just driving, so I'll just listening. Thanks a lot for a good conversation.
Mukoma tototenda imimi kutoti matoya mukatosapota information iri pano because by then I think that was around 2020 2021. The Minister of State in Presidential Office was Joram Gumbo, and their Chief Executive Officer was Farai Koronga. That is when that deal, not that deal as such, but it was recommended that Kuvimba get the deal by Zimbabwe Investment Development Authority or Zimbabwe Investment Development Authority or Development Agent to turn around Zisco Steel. But from the literature that I'm reading, nothing happened, nothing transpired, and I think it was just a way of trying to, maybe, I don't know what they were trying to do, because Kuvimba never revived any company. Kuvimba never been serious in terms of trying to revive anything, and except just maybe taking money from the state and so forth. Because according to what I can say to you, because I have been talking to this guy who is a producer, one of the producers for the one meeting on issues about organized crime in Zimbabwe. I think you know him. His name is called Donovan. I talked to him another day, and he was saying, Kuvimba mining is receiving dividends, but after that sale of 35%. So, because remember, when there is a sale of 35% that they were owning, what does that mean to you? It should be that they have extinguished their shareholding, but they are still getting dividends, meaning that probably it was not a sale. There is another arrangement that we don't know. So he even like I think he showed me some financials there that were recording those dividends that are being paid. So that's how I got to know about it, to say, so there is something wrong with Kuvimba, or there are other deals that Kuvimba is doing that are not yet known by the public. But what would I say? I just leave it there because I'm not the producer. The producer of organized crime in Zimbabwe, it's Donovan. I don't think I do need to talk much about him or whatsoever, but he is a person who is I think probably is in England. So that's how I know him. That's why how we were just talking. So one day he called me, then he was asking some advice for 1, 2, 3 things, but we end up talking about it. That's how I started to go through deeper to see what's going on with Kuvimba. That's what I can say. Thank you so much.
understand the ownership which is there between Kuvimba and the Butwa in the Mwenezi. I don't understand the way how they own it. Say, are they the one which still owns those Butwa mine or Sanda, and then Sanda one as well? Don't understand the ownership of it. Say, are they the one who still owns it, or somebody else is owning it? Or maybe we are just talking about the post office. Maybe the company house needed to be up to date, our company house, because we don't understand which is which. Maybe senior
But
or
there was an issue. No, there was sorry, Sabugdobs, and sorry, Signoro, because I think it's your time to come. There was an issue. If you can connect the dots from what Jealous Mawarire was saying, because mostly sometimes you find Jealous Mawarire being on point on these issues to say they wanted to take over post office because post office has got assets. It's true that those companies have got assets, especially in some of the companies that were put in Mutapa. They do have got assets. I think if I am correct, NRZ has got a subsidiary that is owning properties even in UK. They do have got as well the pension fund contribution administrator that administers the pension funds of the pensioners from railway and so forth there. So probably they still have got a lot of assets that are attractive to some of our compatriots, if I am not mistaken. So that's how they are being attracted there. But it is something that people have to like dig deeper and look into it, and maybe get it to a point of understanding where is the deal, where is the scandal, where is whatsoever. I know that it requires a lot of research, but it's something that people can deal with it. So sorry, Sekuru Signoro, you can come through.
Anodiwa, sorry, why did you drop me just for me to learn? Is there anything different I'm doing which others aren't doing here?
Aiwa, hakuna chakaipa vasinyoro.
Anodiwa kaiwewe.
Aiwa,
Anodiwa,
anodiwa
you
kana aripo ino.
I'll choose to keep quiet. Ndakangwara chaizvo. You did this deliberate, guys, and you want to blame me. Anodiwa, it's unprofessional what you're doing. I'm talking to you and you're pretending you're not listening. It's not good. But you can do what you want. It's all good. So, Night Champion, do you remember the MD at the time? You were talking about the failed deals in Cisco Steel, which also relates to a shabby deal where the Chinese promised to refurbish Wangi Power Station. Do you remember the MD at the time at Cisco Steel?
Not necessarily, unless I just have to go deeper and check which one and which one. And also, please give me the timeline so that I know which time was that. Because I think there was
The one that you're
2017.
alluding to at the failed Cisco Steel deals.
The issue is chimwe nechimwe chine nguva tine ya 2006, tine ya 2011, tine ya 2017, tine ya 2021, tine ya 2022. Saka handisi kuziva kuti yamuri kuda pa
2011 and beyond, before that.
all right, ya 2022 ndo I don't think it was MD, but here it mentioned Chief Executive Officer of Cisco Steel was Farai Koronga. And that was the time as well when Joram Gumbo was a Minister of State in Presidential Office. Is there anything that you want there?
Yeah, I'm just trying to put you in the picture. You're right. I'm well aware of that personally. It was Gabriel Masanga. He was first at Lancaster Steel. And then he moved to Zisco Steel way before ESSA. And he ran down that company. So my point is, yeah, you're right. I'm personally responding. I'm well aware. Personally, I'm well aware. I might not know every gist, but I was also involved in the supply of steel into Zimbabwe under the Maguta. And we used to talk about this, that there is steel production at Cisco Steel, but we are having to import it back into Zimbabwe. I'm not going to go into that route. It also relates to what is the scandalous deals that seem to be bringing production or boosting the economy, and yet it's the other way around. And just for reference, at the time China was building, China was very busy that time. They required a lot of steel. So we're exporting steel to China. We were robbed, we were duped. The whole production was going to China and other companies imported back to Zimbabwe.
Kosekuru wangu wadona, come through, brother Eugodo.
Champion.
Yeah, come through.
One of the worst ministers to ever do a disservice to any government organization, most government organizations, was Joram Gumbo. Joram Gumbo was specifically responsible for my problems in Zimbabwe. And some of the people that he put him on board, some of the people that were reporting to him, he did the same NRZ. He was as well, was doing the same thing, Kunana Zisco Steel. If there was ever a minister that did a big disservice to the country, see, we're talking about the country here, we're not talking about anything else. Joram Gumba was specifically responsible for a lot of what I would call serious errors of judgment, serious appointments who did not deserve to sit in the boards. So I don't know what hold he has or what, how can I put it? Why he had so much sway in government. His track record is absolutely, was so bad for decision making. Some of the parasites, why they went into bad problems was that almost some of the executive decisions that they would make, and they had to be run through parent ministry, Joram Gumbo. And sometimes, you know what, if you're ever in business, if you want to make a decision, 18 months is a very long turnaround time for decision making. If you're going to make a decision about capital investment or any deal, buying things, and you go and seek permission about ministry, and ministry takes months to come back, you know what that does? It adds cost to business. That's one of the biggest problems in Ghana Joram Gumbo. Just to put it in there.
You know, nowadays with the first, let me say, first access to news, you normally get something so quick. Because I was just checking who is Joram, scandals attributed to Joram Gumbo. In 2019, yes, Reuters reported that Joram Gumbo was involved in all right, this is about the airline, this is about Air Zimbabwe. So, guys, spare me for a second, but this is Joram Gumbo. He was involved in a lot of, I think that was Air Zimbabwe. In 2019, he was involved in a scandal that it costed, I think, 3.7 billion. That's what I see. I'm just reporting as it is, guys. So please bear with me. To anyone who has got his